Today we will cover how to use the Learning at Home course. This new feature allows you to assign pre-made design missions or create your own. You can now send these missions directly to your students through the dashboard. We have also created guides for parents and caregivers to help them get set up and see that their children excel. We created this webinar for existing users of Makers Empire. If you are brand new to Makers Empire, you are free to follow along or reach out to us and we can help you further. For this webinar, you will need to know how to sign into Makers Empire, how to get your students signed in, create a class, and have a basic understanding of the software. If you are unsure how to do these, the guide that I mentioned in a moment will cover it. Okay, let's jump into the demonstration. You will need to log in to makersempire.com. For this, I am going to use Google Classroom. You are free to log in however you would like. Your first step is to star your class. So you will need to go to Class Management, Classes. For Google Classroom, your star would be right here. If you are not Google Classroom, you can start your class here. Next, you will need to go to Teacher Missions. Once you're in Teacher's Missions, you have two options. You can either create a new mission. You will create a title here. The mission brief is the information that your student will see inside the app. Choose either Shaper or Blocker, and you can assign it to the class that you started earlier. You have another option of choosing Maker Empire Missions. These are our pre-made missions. Again, the mission brief is the information that your students will see. Let's go ahead and assign Health Check to our students. Once you've assigned a mission to your students, you will want to make sure that the parent has the information to download the app and to get the student logged in. To do that, you will first need to retrieve the student's username and passwords. If you're using Google Classroom, you just need to know the username and password for Google Classroom and send that to the parent. If you do not use Google Classroom, you can find the username and password list by going to Classes, click on this drop down, Username and Password List. You will then need to go to Resources all the way to the left of the screen. Click on the Learning at Home guide. Download the teacher guide. Skip to page 4. On page 4, there is a template that you can send to parents. This also includes a link to the Learning at Home Parent and Caregiver Guide. There is a space right here for the username and password, so you can put those username and passwords that you found here in your email. The parent guide and the teacher guide, both at the very end, have a section for helping the students excel. Now, once your student has downloaded the app and logged in, there will be a message icon in their profile. Click the profile, click the message, click the mission that has been sent, click the pink highlighted link, and start. The information will also be here for your students. Now, you as a teacher will go into your teacher's dashboard and you will click on Class Management, View and Assess Student Designs. You will click on what your class is. If If you're Google Classroom, you may need to choose all starred classes. You can either choose teacher mission. You can either choose a mission title, the username, assessment status, or the date created. I will actually choose mission title. Wonderful. So now you see your student's design. You can click on that. You can provide teacher feedback here and either mark it as satisfactory above or below. If it is below, they will just get a notification that they need to edit. You can then give them tokens. When your student logs back in, they will see that they have either passed the mission or that they need to make edits. If you have given them tokens, they will also need to click back onto their profile, message, and click on the 10 or however many tokens you've given them to receive those tokens. Assigning and assessing students' work is now easier than ever. And that concludes our Learning at Home course. Thanks again for joining us.